Hi there, I'm Jonathan Tackett.
And I'm Macee Tinker.
And we are
Hot Topics.
All right, Macee, so right out of the park, I'm going to be talking about movies. We got a lot of stuff going on with movies today. So, Deadpool 2.
Right.
I don't know if you ever saw the first one.
I did not see the first one, but I heard it was awesome.
Well, Deadpool 1, it's definitely for a more mature audience. Definitely do not take your kids to see Deadpool.
Don't see it with your parents.
Do
right?
not take your little brothers and sisters. And maybe you shouldn't take your parents if you're doing that. But it's definitely a more mature film. But it did phenomenal last year in just its first 3 days. First 3 days, it made $132 million.
Wow.
Which is a lot.
Yeah.
But the sequel is actually projected to make less money than the original.
Really?
It's actually projected to make about $100 million. So depending on how that goes, how the critics receive it and stuff, that could affect it. But for right now, that's sort of what the bottom line for that is.
Interesting.
Next up in movies, we have a big movie called Ready Player One. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It is a movie about a guy who's in sort of a futuristic, kind of dystopian
Society?
time. Yeah, but it's like everybody, to escape it, everybody does like this thing where they put on like a VR headset and they go and they're able to like play video games and stuff.
Okay.
And I don't know that much about the story. I actually didn't read the book, but it's been doing really good with a lot of fans and a lot of people who like the book.
Is it out right now?
It is right now.
I actually heard someone say it on campus today, so.
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
It came out a few days ago, I do believe, and it's actually done pretty well so far. Right now, it's at a 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is not bad at all. That's actually really good. It's very popular with a lot of people who are into the universe and the lore and the story itself. And since it's a movie about video games, I'm going to move over to video games. Talking about the World Video Game Hall of Fame nominees that have been announced. So we've got some pretty big contenders for this year. You ever played Asteroids?
No.
It's like that little spaceship going around the Earth, and you got to zap the asteroids and stuff.
I believe you.
I believe you, Jonathan. It's really old, and I'm probably a big nerd for I've played it quite a bit.
No, you're just a video game fanatic. That doesn't make you a nerd.
No, that's a nerd.
No.
It's a video game
not by
nerd.
my definition.
Okay. But so it's been nominated to enter the Hall of Fame. You got Half-Life, which is a first-person shooter, one of my favorites. Definitely check it out. Also, it's not intended for kids. And it has been nominated. We have Call of Duty. You ever heard of that?
Of course. If you've not heard of Call of Duty, do you live on this planet?
I'm pretty sure everybody has heard of Call of Duty, so
Right.
that's no surprise. A game called Metroid. Have you ever heard of Metroid?
No.
It's actually Nintendo's sort of shooter franchise.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Minecraft.
Okay. Of course, I've heard of that too.
Okay. I'm pretty sure. Okay, you can play that one with your kids and your brothers
Yeah.
and sisters,
Yeah.
and you can play it with your parents if you're into that. But it has also been nominated. Also, Dance Dance Revolution.
Wow.
Yeah. So Dance Dance Revolution, out of all these entries, and after all these years, it's finally being nominated. And there's plenty more where that came from, but I don't have enough air to talk about it, and we don't have enough time. But so those are just.
Is Fortnite on the list?
No, sadly, not
Wow.
yet. Not
you
yet.
said and more. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Its time will come.
Maybe one day. But yeah, so that basically wraps up all my stuff.
Right.
So it's a good time to be a movie/video game nerd.
Well.
Or fanatic.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're going to talk about one of our favorite things to discuss, right? Both of ours.
Napping?
Oh, well, that is a good point. You make a good point. Napping is huge here at Hot Topics. It's one of the hottest topics here.
Yeah.
But another one of our biggest hot topics, Taylor Swift.
Oh, how could I have?
Every Thursday, I swear she posts something new for me to talk about.
Well, that's good.
So tonight at midnight, there is going to be another Delicate music video, part 2. No one knows really what to expect, but apparently it was shot in one take.
One take.
One
wow.
take. Yeah.
That is
so,
awesome.
Which her We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together video actually was shot in one take too. And it was super successful. One of my favorite ones. You should watch it. So stay tuned at midnight tonight for the Delicate Part 2 video, which we talked about Delicate last week, but now we're talking about it again. So it should be good. Definitely. And another one of our favorite celebrities, Beyonce. Who bit Beyonce? Have you seen this flying around social media, Jonathan?
I have not.
Well, apparently at one of Jay-Z's parties, another celebrity, by the way, not just a normal person,
Okay.
another celebrity bit Beyonce on the cheek. So bit her face. I don't know how someone got away with doing that, but yeah. So we heard about it from Tiffany Haddish. You know, she's hilarious. You know who Tiffany Haddish is? She's in the movie Girls Trip. She's a comedian.
I think
You'll have to look her up. But she is hilarious. Apparently, she's the one that broke the news to everyone that someone bit Beyonce. But no one knows who it was. She actually had to sign a non-disclosure agreement to not let anyone know. So the world is guessing who it could have been.
Wait, so did she violate the non-disclosure agreement by? I guess she did.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was a non-disclosure agreement about who bit her or if it was a non-disclosure agreement about someone biting her.
Well, I guess that brings new meaning to the term news bite.
Right.
I'm sorry, that was bad. Bring the funds back, everybody. Bring the funds back.
So that's huge on social media right now. Definitely #1 trending topic on Twitter. So just keep your eye out. Maybe tweet at us at VolTalk and let us know who you think bit Beyonce. So that is huge. Another huge topic floating around campus is that $200,000 are being cut from UT organizations. That is a huge fund that's being cut. Now, it is affecting a lot of organizations. Apparently, the Student Programming Allocation Committee is in charge of that money, and it's actually a loss of almost 25% of the entire SPAC budget. So it's going to affect these organizations hugely. Now, Campus Events Board has been very urgently discussing it, trying to get voices heard. So all the organizations are actually trying to sign a petition-like form to have their voices heard and to say that this is not okay, they need the money back, where did the money go, why is it being cut so much? But yeah, so that's a huge one, for sure.
Another thing going on with campus, we talked about it I think it was either last week or the week before, about the smoking ban on campus.
Right.
So the thing about the smoking ban is it's not just if you're walking around and you're puffing a cigarette or something. It is literally you cannot smoke at all, whether you're in a vehicle, outside a building, whether you're even just an inch away from your being off campus. You cannot smoke. You can't use e-cigarettes. You can't use vapes. I even think there's something about some people they like
wear their e-cigarettes around their neck. Right, and I didn't know people did that.
Yeah, well,
but they specified that.
You cannot do that apparently.
Right.
And more on this topic, we actually have a Ball on the Street on the YouTube channel, which you can check out, where we actually get your voice and ask you what you think about it. But it's pretty big news, I think, because that's literally like no tolerance at all. Like even if you're seen holding something, that is like major.
I'm eager to see how the policy will be enforced, because even though they have said that it is prohibited, how will they enforce it? If they see someone smoking, what will they do? Will UTPD stop them and say something, or will professors be able to do something about it? That's interesting, because there hasn't been a specified punishment for it. If there is, maybe there will be a fine.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
I'd say at least they'll probably start with a fine.
Yeah.
But I think the way it'll work is like they'll do the fine or whatever, but eventually they'll increase the fine, like for repeated offenses.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people who smoke on campus. I don't smoke and stuff, but I've got a few friends who do, and it's just like this is going to affect a lot of people.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
It's good for some folks who are kind of against smoking, or who can't really inhale the fumes from vapes or something like that. But it affects everybody. Like it's just so huge, and that's something definitely to keep on the watch for, because it is enacted, or it does go into effect this upcoming semester. It's not in effect right now. August 1st.
August 1st
is when it goes into effect.
The fall semester. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yes, yeah.
Make sure you tune into our Vol on the Street on YouTube to see what students on campus think about it, other than just these two.
Yeah, Mara did a good job. So.
Right. So tune in. Everyone have a great Easter break.
Very
it's Easter
happy
weekend.
Easter. Yes.
So have some fun. Go home, spend time with your family.
And, you know, even if you're above the age of 20, it's still okay if you go on an Easter egg hunt. You know?
Right. I agree. A good Easter egg hunt is good for the soul.
You know, it's good fun, good family time. You know, it's just, plus you get chocolate. I mean,
agreed.
You know, you get rewarded for your efforts. So.
So thanks everybody for tuning in, and I think that's all we have for VolTalk today.
I think that is. I think Hot Topics is actually wrapping up our show today. So thank you very much for tuning into VolTalk, and we hope that you've enjoyed Hot Topics and special guests, and we also hope that you have a wonderful rest of the week, and we will see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye guys.